New York to California, and from California to Capitol Hill. Things will never be the same again. The standard that was used by Letitia James to politically witch hunt President Donald Trump seems to be what will be used to drain the swamp. Few weeks ago, Letitia James was being referred by the Federal Housing and Financial Agency to the DOJ for investigation on possible mortgage fraud, which there are lots of evidence as testified by Sam Altman. Today, another Democratic bigwig is under the dragnet, Adam Schiff. But who is Adam Schiff and why is he the next person on investigation for possible mortgage fraud? Well, Adam Schiff is a graduate from Stanford University and Harvard School of Law. He served as member of representative for the California district from 2001 to 2024, where he became a U.S. Senator. In a developing story that is sending shockwaves through Capitol Hills, an ethics complaint has been filed against U.S. Senator Adam Schiff, accusing him of a pattern of mortgage frauds, voter fraud, and unlawful campaign filings stretching back over 2 decades. Initially found 16 October 2024 by Kristen Beach and Darren Ellis, the complaint demands urgent action by the U.S. House Committee on Ethics, Oversight and Judiciary, and echoes growing calls for a formal criminal investigation by the Department of Justice and FBI.
It hasn't been pointed out before. Well, Schiff is such an interesting player, and I say that, I use that word carefully, but it's hard to look at Adam Schiff with a straight face. This is a man who has for years manufactured storylines against Donald Trump just to sully the entire Trump presidency. He's manufactured evidence about Russian involvement, or at least promoted documentation that was clearly not true, and with a straight face would tell the world that Trump was involved in Russian oligarchs and he was, meddled with the election. And here's Schiff himself trying to stand up and say he's a credible guy. It's a joke.
Yeah, it totally is. I mean, it's there in black and white. We've got all of the documents posted on thedrilldown.com. These have been, submitted by Christine Bish to the House investigative committees. And it's pretty much smoking gun. I mean, he can say that he screwed up, but many other average Americans have been convicted with far less evidence for this serious crime. And so, it really upsets people when you and I have to live by all of the rules. And then someone like Adam Schiff, who is loaded off of all of his, policy, he gets very rich being a congressman. We don't know how these people like Nancy Pelosi, stock queen Nancy Pelosi, get so rich off of their public service. But Adam Schiff has done extremely well for himself, and for him to be taking these additional financial benefits and not repaying them, he needs to repay as a form of restitution the benefits he got. These loans were federally subsidized, federally backed loans, and so taxpayers are on the hook for such loans. And so for him to be taking advantage like this is unconscionable.
Why is this a reoccurring situation? Well, state or federal officials are required by law to have their residency in the place of the execution of their function. Now, many of these senators and representatives tend to be living far away from their home state, and most of them will acquire properties or will take in loans in a different state where they are working. Now, most of them will now use this location as their primary residence. Meanwhile, some of them have also used their home state residence as their primary residence. and by law, you cannot have two primary residence because your primary residence give you favorable rates on interest payment and mortgage requirement. This is going to be an issue where a lot of members of representative senators and those serving out of their states are going to face this swarm. It is a pattern which has been common, but Letitia James has thrown light into it, and Trump will drain the swamp. Don't be surprised in the days ahead. Many top government officials, many top state officials will be filing motions for correction based on their mortgage properties because this is a pattern which has started and it will continue until justice is served. Remember, Letitia James says a simple mistake does not count as an error and Trump must be held accountable. I do hope the same standard will be used to prosecute all these cases of mortgage fraud. Hit the notification bell below and please do not forget to leave your comment. What do you think of these various court cases of mortgage fraud and those that will be coming up? Are they politically motivated or they are trying to expose the hypocrisy? Please, if you want to know about the case of Letitia James, just hit the next button because it's coming up right now.